Now to continuing team coverage on that deadly blizzard in Buffalo. 37 people have died, and now the city's snow removal operation is coming under fire. Today, the Erie County executive calling out Buffalo's mayor, calling the city's response embarrassing and asking the state to take over future snow removal operations.
Storm after storm after storm after storm. The city, unfortunately, is the last one to be opened, and that shouldn't be the case.
I don't know where those comments are coming from. People have been working around the clock, and I'm just going to chalk it up to someone feeling that pressure and crumbling a little bit under it.
The city is still under a driving ban. Buffalo has cleared the majority of streets for emergency vehicles. Meantime, the National Guard is going door to door doing wellness checks. The Buffalo airport reopened today. There are now concerns of potential problems with warmer temperatures on the way. And we saw firsthand some of those problems that persist in the storm zone. Chase Howell joining us live from Buffalo this evening. Chase, good evening.
Good evening, Matt. I'm just north of the city of Buffalo, and as you can see, main roads are clear like Delavan Avenue. It's when you get on the side streets like Oxford Avenue where you really start to see that impact of snow. As you can see, there's just a slight clear path of road right here that was made possible by a bulldozer because a plow just couldn't fit through. A lot of these cars are still underneath snow, but I can understand why Buffalo is called the city of neighbors, because without neighbors helping neighbors, a lot of these cars would still be buried in snow tonight. Bulldozers, dump trucks, and snowplows doing what they can to clear pathways after roads were buried with snow following a Christmas weekend blizzard in Buffalo.
They started halfway yesterday, but they only made it halfway and the tractor got stuck. They got the tractor unstuck and then we didn't see it again until this morning.
Neighbors helping clear out the rest.
The street's just not going to get any better if we don't. But also, to make friends with your neighbors.
Carrie Rozier has lived on Oxford Avenue in Buffalo since 1965. Rozier says she's been stuck in her house for 5 days, 3 of those days with no power.
I was able to breathe and seeing the smoke coming out my mouth.
Unlike Rozier, Jasmine Speed and Helena Kinnitt just moved here from Florida in April. They've been out the whole afternoon helping dig out their neighbors' cars.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars we helped. It's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Lopez has been living on Oxford Avenue for 3 years. He got outside around 9:30 this morning and has been shoveling ever since.
It gets pretty bad. Parking gets tight, but this is the worst by far.
Rozier says seeing a path from her front porch to the street is a breath of fresh air, quite literally.
Just to get out, and if I just wanted to walk to the corner now just to get some air.
And from what it looks like, it seems that crews are working their way outward and working their way towards the city. When I was on Virginia Avenue earlier, a semi-truck and a car were stuck in the snow, but I'm happy to say crews and tow trucks were out there pulling that semi out and making a clear way for residential traffic to go through.
Chase Howell live for us in Buffalo this evening. Chase, thank you. That winter storm that hit the western New York area last week left many stranded in their homes, cars, and at work, with some only just now being able to get out, as Chase mentioned there. 13 Wham's Dalton Williams spoke with a Leroy man who was stranded at his job because of the storm. Dalton, good evening.
Good evening. People who live and work in and around the Buffalo area faced several feet of snow, trapping them, some of them, for the holiday weekend. This was the sight Cameron Snell had when he opened the doors at his job on Friday. Snell works at a fish quarantine and hatchery facility in Cheektowaga near the Buffalo airport. He makes that commute from Leroy daily. Just one day before the blizzard, his boss told him to prepare.
We did not get told until Thursday night that, hey, when you come in tomorrow, you may be stuck, so maybe bring some clothes and your sleeping bags just in case. And I went out and also bought frozen foods to shove in the fridge because I had a feeling I'd be there for a while.
He says this is the second time this season he's been stuck at work because of heavy snow, but this time felt different.
Well, there's actually a building directly across from me, only about 40 feet away, and I couldn't see that. So it was a little it was comforting to know that there's nothing I could do. But at the same time, it's like, great, now I'm really stuck.
Snell says one of the main things he and his coworkers were concerned about was potentially losing power.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Our coworker who lives down in the Orchard Park area, she did lose power for a while, so we were preparing for us to lose power because it's not that far away. Luckily, we never did, but if the power had gone out, our heat would have also gone out, so we would have had to figure that one out on our own.
Snell was able to make it back late Christmas evening. Some of his coworkers didn't make it home for the holiday season. Matt?